And we're back. Season
right.
4, episode 4. We are doing another episode because we don't have an event.
Wah, wah.
I know. You know,
Oh,
it happens once in a while. This is what, year 16, I think, for me doing these things. And unfortunately, and occasionally they step in and say no, even though they sort of said yes. But, you know, paperwork was filed in November of last year. That's how early we start on this stuff. So it's not really like, I mean, I claim responsibility for it, but I did everything I pretty much was supposed to do. You know, it's just they didn't really look closer at the paperwork until April, unfortunately. And they saw some stuff that they didn't necessarily agree with or like. Thus, the event was canceled very last minute, which was very painful for myself and everyone else involved.
So it wasn't because I was going to be there this time.
No,
Okay.
no, it's always going to be something that is obviously related to, you know, racing on an airport runway surface. Anybody who does events like I do in regards to the airports and stuff can understand how difficult it can be to get venues. Like, you know, a lot of people, and I get it, you know, because people get excited. Oh, there's this airport near me, and, you know, reach out, you know, doing an event, and it's not as simple as that. You have to. There's so many things you have to do to get an airport event approved by all the authorities involved, and so sometimes things like this happen. In this case, the main problem was that the FAA had funded this airport in 2022 for a complete new surface repave, and they see that as an investment, basically. And no matter how much I tried to describe to them that this is a top speed event, it's a land speed event, that there's very minimal wear and tear on the runways, with, you know, referrals from all the airports that we've successfully done this at for over a decade, they still refuse to believe that there would be not significant wear and tear on a runway that they just repaved, unfortunately. So,
all right. So what we're talking about here is the cancellation of Shift Sector, Connersville, Indiana, which would have been the first time in that city.
yes.
But unfortunately has been canceled. So the third, fourth, and fifth rounds of this year?
Yep.
Or was it just 2 rounds?
No,
It was
third and
just 2
fourth.
rounds.
Rounds 3 and 4.
Mm-hmm. So now we have a long summer.
Yes.
I even looked around for other events.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you know, I got invited to a street race for 6-speed cars, and I don't know what city it's in. I don't know where it's in, but I'm like, yeah, that sounds fun. Let's do that. But, you know, who knows when that is or where that is. So there's a half-mile event in South Carolina coming up in June, but I have a work trip, so can't do that. And then there's nothing until your event in Indy in August.
Yep. I know, it's really unfortunate. It's you know, the off season is long as it is. It's over 5 months. Now it feels like mid-season. We've got an off season. You know, it's really unfortunate. I know people are excited to go racing. I also know that just because of our people, that people miss each other and they look forward to, you know, getting together and hanging out and seeing each other. And now we have to wait all the way until Marion. So it does suck in every way possible. I'm very sorry about the whole thing. I would like to update that all refunds for the drivers have been processed as of today. It takes 3 to 5 working days to show up. So please don't reach out if you don't see it right away, because it does take a few days for it to show up on your online statement, but it will be there. All the refunds have been processed. And everyone who has emailed me as of today, which is Monday, got transferred over to the Marion event. So if you emailed me about that, then you were transferred. And all I could do is look forward to Marion, which now is looking to be probably a really big event, you know, which will be fun and exciting, but it's going to be probably bigger than usual. And so I'm excited for that. It should be 3 days of, you know, it's going to be mayhem. So, and
awesome.
Keep in mind, we did have the option to add, and I didn't really talk to too many people about this. I spoke to a few drivers about it, but at the end I decided against it, which was Hondo offered to do a last minute backup event in September. It would, you know, we could have done it sooner, but the real facts are that it takes time to plan the event for it to be successful. We still need to get approval from the FAA and the city and all of that, and the city council. and of course the airport. So we couldn't really pull it off like right away in the next 2-3 months. Really puts us in September, and I chose not to do it because I just feel like Marion is going to be big. I feel like Abilene is going to be big. So to have one, so just to go 3 events in 3 months, I feel like might have been just pushing our luck a little bit. So we chose not to do that, and we're going to proceed with the double point stays that I posted about online, and we'll send that out again to reaffirm for everybody that there will be double point stays. One of them will be in Marion to make up for the points in Connersville for one day, and the other double point stay will be in Abilene. So the first day of Marion, which is a 3-day event, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the first day, Friday, is going to be a double points day.
Ooh.
Yeah, we're sort of calling it an off-the-trailer double points Friday kind of thing.
Wow.
And then the other one will actually be, which may make for some very exciting racing, will be the final day of the year, which will be Sunday in Abilene. So what this really does is it gives people the opportunity to make up some points very quickly in the season points chase, because often, not for everybody, but people may have trouble, right? Car comes off the trailer, they're sort of testing for a 3-day race. They sort of get it figured out by the end of the day on Friday, but some people don't. So if your car's running really good and off the trailer on Friday, it's running awesome, you're in position to make up a lot of ground. And then, of course, lastly will be, how reliable your car is all the way until the end of the year, which will be the last day of the season, which will be Sunday in Abilene. If your car's running good all the way till then and you still don't have issues and your car can perform at its best on the last race day of the year, you'll get double points as well.
I think that's a good idea, as opposed to all of the double points in one event. That was good. Smart.
Yeah. Split it up and to emphasize different things. So yeah.
Sounds like you've done this before. You've got some experience.
Yeah, and I was really bummed about it, and I'm just looking for ways to make up for it. And I think this is a good way to make up the points. And from what I know, most everyone racing the season points was going to hit Marion and Abilene anyways. So based on that, it's just going to place a little more emphasis on a couple of days. That's gonna I think it's gonna make or break the season for a lot of guys. So yeah, it'll be exciting.
Cool. Good
Fantastic. Plan. Yep. So, but yeah, Taylor's right. I think because his car was going to be there, that's pretty much why it was canceled.
Yeah,
everything's gone swimmingly while I've been away.
I just know it.
And, yep.
So Taylor, so this means probably that they'll get some more time to street tune and just get the car completely dialed.
I think so. I mean, I think the tentative plan is that I'm probably going to head up to New Jersey. I don't know, in the next couple weeks, spend a day or two up there and make sure we've got it all ironed out. And if we need to make any last minute changes, but other than that, they've been driving it and sounds like it works.
Now we're talking about AIM Performance, who is also a sponsor at Shift Sector as well.
Yep, they'll definitely be in Marion. Yeah, but those guys, a lot of people I've spoken with are now very determined to make sure that their cars are running good in Marion. So there's going to be everyone I've spoken to is testing between now and Marion. They're not just going to show up in Marion and hope everything works. They want to make sure that they show up and everything's working really well. Spoke with Blaylock just the other day, and he's already looking at some track rentals, just to make sure that his car, at least for the quarter mile, is going to be light. Because I don't know if you remember, he had some potential issues at the very end of Hondo, like that Sunday. I think in the finals, his car stopped running. Like he made it to the finals, but then something happened. As it turns out, it was actually just a parachute that confused him. He thought that he lost power, but the parachute deployed. Like something happened with the parachute. But it is a new build for him, right? He set the NA record on his off the trailer pass. I think the second pass of the weekend for the NA class. But then he had some issues on Saturday. It was a 3-day race. And then the car came back Sunday. It was running good. And then Sunday, he had a couple of little things. So he's going to take the car out, and he's going to take it to the track and make sure that it's ready for Marion.
I imagine that's what all the reputable shops are going to do. There's probably still a couple out there that are going to wait till the last minute and go,
right.
We'll finish tuning it on the airstrip
at the event. Well,
double points on Friday means
been there, done that.
Yeah,
you're gonna want to be able to. I mean, whoever comes off the trailer and wins on Friday it's gonna be a huge deal. They're gonna take a huge lead. I mean, double points, right? I mean, that's a lot.
Yeah. So when do you start seeing a rush of registrants for an August event?
So we're already starting to see it, actually.
Okay.
As soon as Connersville was canceled and we announced it, we moved a bunch of registrations over from Connersville to Marianne, and then we got a bunch of online registrations. And actually, I mean, I was just going to post in our little online group, the Airstrip Attack group, that the front of the line passes are almost sold out, for August. So if you don't have a front of the line pass and you really need one, I would definitely sign up soon and grab one of those. Oh man,
Marion is probably the most important event to have. The most important
one. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're probably like, I think we were probably 100 and, with the rain and all that. So of course it should have been more cars, but I think we were like 130 to 140 cars in Hondo. Marion's going to see well over 200 cars registered. So it's going to be much, much different and very important, I think, to have that front of line pass if you're competing and you want to make sure that you can get up there in time for all of your passes and to keep the engine cool and all that. So like I said, I think we've got less than 10 of those left. And I know a lot of really fast cars that haven't registered yet. So hopefully they get to it soon because, I can only do many favors leading into the event. So,
well, I tell you from experience from the last event with the new semifinal and final format with the one qualifier racing the 4 and the 2 racing the 3, I think that was cool. I think that worked out pretty well. I like that.
Yeah. I was going to actually ask your feedback. Every single person I spoke with preferred that format than the previous one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was great.
Yeah. Just all that pressure for one run. That's what we're there for, right?
I'm just excited to drive a car down the runway. That's,
Well, Taylor, you were there. You almost took your Raptor R.
Oh man, I was so tempted, especially when I saw a couple F-150s out there. I was like, I should take it. But then the problem is I had a track car that I had bought in Austin to pick up on the way home. That I had this small window of time, and I was like, you know what? If it breaks, it's gonna be a chain reaction of frustrations that I'm gonna miss out on a bunch of stuff. So I did not run it.
Wow. You're responsible.
You know what's funny? So, I always refer to it as Shift Sector, right? But when Jason said Airstrip Attack, we flew my daughter home. My daughter's getting married this summer, and we flew her home this weekend, actually. And when she was out in Hondo with me, I bought her an Airstrip Attack hoodie. And she realized that she was sitting on the plane. She was wearing her Airstrip Attack hoodie and was like, maybe this isn't the best thing to wear when I'm on a plane. I don't know. But
I know I fly so much and I think the same thing. I'm like, oh my God.
You go through TSA and they're like, what does your shirt say?
Where are you going?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Are you gonna attack the you have to explain it to them. It happens to me too. And TSA, they're like, what does your hoodie say? And I'm like, I'm sorry, man. It's not has nothing to do with your airport. Trust me.
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay. So yeah, obviously, we're disappointed about missing Connersville and it getting canceled, but there's been some sad news over the past few weeks with Kyle Loftis passing away, and that's hit everybody that's in this scene. Man, what a shock that was.
Yeah, total shock. I couldn't believe it, honestly. It's still very heavy on my heart personally. I think
he was out at Kansas. I want to say 22 or 23.
That's where I met him. That was the time I met him.
Yeah, I think the last time I saw him at an event was I think it was Kansas 24.
Was it Kansas 24 where they? Yeah, they did the okay. So
it was 1320 covering the event. He just came out and racing, and then I think 22 and 23 the crew came out and covered the event.
Yeah,
but I told him, I said, forget about covering the event. Because he has the cars. I'm like, why don't you come out and race? And he did, and
he did.
Actually, I totally regret it to this day because I have a video somewhere. I was gonna share it. I gotta find it. It's on one of my old phones. He offered to let me drive his Corvette, the white one.
Uh-huh.
And I was, how I get at the events, I get super busy, and people offer me all the time, hey, drive my car, right? And I want to, I would love to, but I get into this mindset of work, and I don't really think about driving. And then also I feel because of just some of the things in my past, I don't want to just jump in a car when I'm in work mode and just drive, right? You should be mentally prepared to drive a fast car.
Right.
And so, but he kept offering the car throughout the day, man. Hey, just want you to drive the car. And I was like, man, I just can't. Like right now, I'm just not into. Like I'm not in that mode, and I'm busy. I don't want to like pull the car online. And anyways, I regret so much that I didn't, because I did jump in the car with him for a ride along, and it was such a cool experience to ride with him. And the car was so fast, and we raced one of his buddies, and it was a good race.
Preston.
And I just remember, like, afterwards, like, even coming home from the event, like, man, I wish I could have driven that car. Such a fun car it would have been such a fun car to drive. And I just regret not doing it. But I definitely appreciated the ride along, and it was really fun. And he did this massive burnout with me in the passenger seat. It was so fun. And it's just, these memories of Kyle, just keep popping up in my head. He's been to probably, him and his crew have been, they were covering from like Pikes Peak days,
Yeah.
So, I just miss seeing him around and everyone else, Matt, Scotty, Fred, all those guys. We've just had so many memories with them at the event, but also afterwards, at the bar, at the restaurant, just seeing the guys and just hanging out and just having fun with them. Definitely miss Kyle so much. He was such a great guy.
Yeah. I've got a couple of stories. That one of those events in Kansas, he was there, and they were covering the 4 Porsches that were there, and we were running 200. The cars are doing great, and he was interviewing us. And at the end of Sunday, he and I were talking. As I was leaving, I was already packed up. I was in the truck, trailer, and all that. And he and I were shooting the shit back and forth. And then we're like, okay, see you later. And I drove off, and I didn't realize it, but Jeremy had his tacos on my trailer. It was when I had my flatbed trailer. I
remember that.
And I pulled away, and Jeremy's tacos went flying. He went running after me. We just had, it was so funny. And he got it on video. It was a blast. And then one other time, when they came down for 2K, the 1320 crew always came down to shoot the Houston guys. That was the thing. And I think it was Thursday night. Kyle said, "Hey, are you guys going to run tonight?" I go, "No, we usually run in the morning, like 6 o'clock in the morning." And so they stayed up all night shooting street races. And then they were going to come back, because I told them, at 6 a.m. to shoot us running in the mornings. And we all slept in and didn't go. And Fred and Kyle were blowing me up, and they sent a photo. They sent a selfie of shooting the bird at me for not waking up. Yeah, sorry guys, sorry about that. But they stayed up all night shooting, and then waiting for us. Like, I'm not gonna make it. Good times.
Yeah, so many good times. I don't know how many times we FaceTimed him or sang happy birthday to him at an event. His birthday always seemed to be around one of our event dates. I remember once he and Matt were like doing some California shit, and we had plans. Literally, I think they were shooting in San Diego, and they were gonna hit my house. I live between San Diego and LA, and they were gonna go to LA to shoot some street racing after. And there was like a dead day, so we were literally like, we had planned like a whole pool party at my house, and we were just gonna like give them like sort of a day of like just chilling. And just hanging out in the pool, and then like Matt caught COVID or something, so they couldn't make it.
Oh.
Like there's just so many memories. Like if you're in the racing world, you have memories of Kyle and 1320. You know what I mean? Like if you're racing, if you're a promoter, if you're doing anything with cars in America, like you have memories and moments that you remember of Kyle and those guys, and they were always sort of around, and they were always doing their thing, the best at what they do. The best. Yeah. And they were so enthusiastic about it too, and yeah, it's just I can't believe he's gone. It's crazy to think.
Yeah. So I don't know what's going to happen with them, but I certainly hope that they continue on as a video company, and because I'm sure he wouldn't want them to stop.
Yeah, for sure. I hope so.
Yeah.
So, shout out to those guys, at 1320, we love you guys. So, we know things are going to be all right, internally there.
Yeah. Yep. So, anywho, what's going on with any builds, any Land speed stuff. Kelly Bice ran 250 in the mile, or
Yes.
280 in the mile.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He set the Corvette mile record. That was insane. Chris Burns, I think, set motorcycle half and mile, didn't he? He went crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not on flip flops, like people say, but he did do it.
Yeah, there's others on. Of course, people don't believe it still.
Yeah, no. So I mean, those guys, I mean, like, there's other people that do events. I acknowledge them, and Steve is one of the good guys. ECTA. Shout out to you guys for running good events, responsible and safe events. It's what matters the most. Yeah. And hopefully I just can't wait to get back to Marion in August. I mean, for now, I have time, much more time than I expected. So Caroline and I are flying out to Hawaii. And
sounds rough.
We take a week plus and just chill and relax. I get really like antsy, event gets canceled and I'm all stressed and upset for obvious reasons.
Oh yeah.
And then he was like, let's get out of town. And I was like, yeah, that's probably a good idea. Like I could relax and sort of like come back refreshed and ready to go again.
Yeah. When y'all headed out there?
We leave on Wednesday. Yeah. We go back to our favorite place is Maui. So we always go. We go often. It's like,
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got no trips planned. But we're definitely going to do something. I just don't know what. We were going to replace the Connersville trip with something, but decided.
Oh, that's right, because you guys had that scheduled as a whole deal.
Yeah, like 2 nights in RV parks, and it was just going to be, a big trip. But I got a big show in Vegas, early June, and then after that, not a whole lot of shows until August. So we're going to do something.
Yeah.
Got a big birthday party in July.
Mm-hmm.
It's the I can't drive 55 because I'm going to be 55.
Oh no!
You're
way.
55.
51 there.
Yeah.
Man.
How old is Taylor? I have no idea how old Taylor is.
I'm going to be 46 this year.
Oh,
okay.
Such a kid.
I know.
Just an adolescent here, just trying to learn from my elders.
I'll be sending you guys an invite because it's going to be it'll be a good party.
Yeah.
Got some live entertainment. As a matter of fact, Jason, I'm going to have a stage and basically a band set up. And if you want to get up and play the drums, because
no,
it's going to be fully musicians.
I know. I think people are starting to realize more and more that I used to play drums, but it was a long time ago. I haven't touched a set of drumsticks since I think I was 30.
Now's the time.
I did a studio sesh when I was 30 with a friend. She recorded an album.
And that sounds like 30 was a long time ago for you.
Yeah, no, it's over 20 years ago, right? I haven't touched drumsticks in over 20 years, but I would love to go for like a little jam sesh, but not like publicly with it for your birthday. I don't want to ruin anything. I just
not in front of people.
It'd be fun to just play. It's been a long time, so. I've been dying to try. I've been honestly dying trying to figure out what car to buy next. It's been a while. I sold the GT2 RS.
Well, if you wait any longer than a 996 turbo, you're not going to be able to afford it. And then you got money.
I for sure it's not going to be 996 turbo, and I don't think it's going to be a 997 either. I think I'm looking newer. I'm even looking at maybe just like a new build completely, like an allocation. I've considered that. Even though a lot of my friends are like, oh no, just go out and buy like whatever, like 992 GT3 RS or something. But it's just I'm honestly, for the first time in my life, I'm really looking at non-Porsches as well.
Okay.
No insult to you, Todd, because you're a true Porsche enthusiast. But in California, there's a lot of people that own Porsches that I can't relate to these days. They're just different.
That's true. Most of them you can't.
People are different, man. Like it's like it used to be like when you owned a Porsche. Like you knew everything about your Porsche and you knew all the mods and all the other people and it's different. Like you meet guys who have never owned a Porsche before walking into a 992 GT3 RS that bought it because they could buy it and then they turn around and flip it and then they're gone. And it's like the community for the Porsche guys feels different these days.
Mm-hmm.
So I've considered other possibilities, right? I've considered like Lamborghini and Ferrari a little bit, but I don't like the attention that those cars give you. But I think at the end of the day, I think I would really prefer something manual and something, non-hybrid. Maybe. I'm looking at like
it's rare.
V10s,
Yeah.
V12s, manual, Ferrari. You know, I don't know. I don't even know. I'm pretty lost. I think if I were to build a Porsche right now, it would actually be a Carrera T manual, right? Rear-wheel drive, lighter weight version. I get like the cloth seats, you know, no moonroof, obviously, and just get like sort of like a really nice combo horsepower, but really more of a road course car. That's manual, rear-wheel drive, just really fun to drive, not like overpowering, but you know, if you know how to drive, you could get a lot out of a car like that. It'd be really fun, you know. I don't know, and it's not. I know it's not like a GT, and it's not like something that typically you see me drive, but honestly, it's the one that appeals to me the most.
Well, if you think about it, you're going to drive it, and that's the main thing. You know, when you had the GT2 RS,
didn't drive it that much, right? It's just so expensive, and it's like you don't want to put like 10,000. Well, first of all, I couldn't even put 10,000 miles a year on that car because my insurance was like 1,000 miles a year.
Oh, and, wow!
It was ridiculous, right? Like I don't like that. I want to get a car that I'm going to drive a lot without thinking about it, and I want to be able to race it, and I want to be able to take it to the track and not worry about if something happens to it because it's worth too much, right? You can get a Carrera T for easily under 200 grand, and it's manual, and it's going to be fun. I know it's got little tiny turbos on it. It's not an NA car, but I think that's I'm okay with that. And you can just go out and just beat the shit out of it. That's what I'm sort of thinking right now, but we'll see. I don't know. A lot of my friends have opinions about what I should get, so we'll see.
It's easy to spend somebody else's money.
It is.
Yeah, right. If people just buy this, go buy it, like whatever, this Ferrari, that, you know, I mean, I have looked at the 458 a lot because I love the way that car sounds and the way it looks. But I don't know, I've never been a Ferrari guy, never really been a Lambo guy, you know. But again, like I said, the Porsche scene has changed so much that I am looking at other brands for the first time. So
it sounds exciting to get a car you can drive. I've tried to do that several times and it just doesn't. I just keep buying cars hoping I'm going to drive this one, and then it breaks and I don't drive it, and that's just
I think a 991.2 turbo, Jason, is what you.
Yeah, I was looking at those too, or honestly even a GT3, but I think turbo would be cool. I looked at those a lot too. 991.2 turbo because of the better fuel system that's in it. You can sort of go to a certain level of E85 on that car without swapping everything out. I would prefer to keep it OEM mostly without like in terms of the fuel lines and stuff. You upgrade the injectors and the fuel pump. You can do that with the .2. So I've talked to Ryan at AIM about the options there, as well as the Carrera T. Actually, AIM has done some Carrera T stuff too. So we'll see what Yeah, but I mean that is the best deal on the market right now. It's both 991s. All the 991s are, if you're looking at money and what you get for the money, like the 991s are such a better value because 996s are upwards of like 80 to 100 now, and 997s are pretty much 100 and up, and you get almost the same price as a 991. But the tech and how strong those motors are on the 99, I mean, you can really build a really fast car.
But you know, I think even in the 991, when you look at like the 991.2, the Carrera S GTS kind of variant, their prices aren't coming down. Like they're not really any cheaper today than they were a year or two ago.
No, the 991s are the only ones. None of them's coming down, but the 991s are not appreciating like everything else, right? Like 996, 997 are all appreciated.
I'm not sure how much longer that's gonna.
Yeah, you got to wait. Just give it time.
Yeah, because none of them seem to be.
So I might
go that hanging in there.
Yeah. The thing is, the 992 chassis from a road course perspective is really superior to the 991 for only road course. For horsepower, then it don't matter. You would just get 991. But for road course, the 992 really is better. It's the drivability is way better on a 992 on a road course.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually much more like a Cayman. It turns in like there's no understeer on a 992. It's cool. Yeah, it's amazing.
It just seems like the 997 turbo is right there around the same price as a 991 turbo, like a 1450. So I would probably rather have a 991.
50 grand, if your budget was 50 grand, your 991 is going to be way faster after 50 grand than a 997.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
That's the difference, right? Like stock for stock, it's fine. But if you're buying it and you're keeping it relatively stock, but if you're going to do a small turbo upgrade, right, and the clutch pack and all that, I mean, the 991 is going to be way faster. Yeah, it's a no-brainer. So,
You're talking $50,000 for modifications.
Mods.
Yeah, for mods, right?
And
right, for
you
mods.
know, well, yeah,
You're not getting. You're gonna go one. You can put 50 grand into a 991 turbo, and you send it to a good shop. You're gonna go, 185 probably 190 in a 991. In a 997, you're probably still looking like 170-ish, 170.
Yeah.
yeah.
You're not going 180.
You're not getting a built motor for that. Yeah.
No. But the thing is, the 991, you don't need the built motor. You can really push
exactly.
it more.
You need to build it for the Metzger, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I
that's
really
why
thought about getting a 992 turbo like Dan's.
Yeah, there you go.
I can't. I don't have room for anything else. I'd have to sell something. I was just talking to my wife about it this weekend, actually. Maybe
he goes, but I don't have, and you think he's going to say, I don't have the budget for it?
Right. No, I just have the room.
Well, the problem is my garage isn't big enough.
okay. Well, I mean, it's all of it. It's a little bit of. I mean, I would have to sell something, and if I did, I would maybe sell the 991. Maybe.
The black car?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Well, yeah, I mean, the 991 and 992 are so similar at that point.
Yeah, that would be the replacement.
Mm-hmm.
But my wife was like, "Can you leave it stock?"
What?
No.
I would keep the 991 because you barely driven it.
Yeah.
I barely driven everything I own.
And I think if you're going to look at 991 turbo, your 991 turbo, which you bought used and you sent and you got mods on it, and a 992 turbo, in 2 years, the 992 turbo will for sure be worth less than what you have on the 991. The 991 isn't going to depreciate that much, where the 992 will probably start to appreciate soon on the turbo.
I don't know. Now that they're all hybrids coming out, I don't know what that's going to do.
Yeah.
I mean, it just seems like in the Porsche world, it seems like every time they made a change, the previous model shot way up.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not going to be the turbo that's going to be worth investing in if you're going to get a 992, right? Like if you're going to buy a 992 for value, I would for sure buy a 992.2 GT3 manual transmission, touring or not. That's the one that's going to be worth a lot more later. It's going to be NA, manual transmission, the last of potentially the last of its kind, if you want to call it that. But
the car's going to change too once they start putting turbos on them. It's going to.
Yeah, well, I mean, the turbos are never going to appreciate that much, so that's why I'm saying it's not worth it. Get the RS or the .2 manual. That's what I would get.
I met a guy this weekend who has a Guards Red 997.2 GT3, and they even know there's another one in town. It was beautiful, 30,000 miles.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Brand new BBS wheel. I mean, it was gorgeous. And he paid 180.
Oh shit! You know how much I sold? Well, mine was a .1. I had a silver 997.1 with 30,000 miles, and I sold it for 80 grand. It was like 5 years ago. But I mean, think about that. I mean, it's just brutal. Who would have known, right? Jeez. I just figured it was a non-RS .1. It didn't matter that much.
Nope.
And I sold it, and now I'm like, man, I should have kept that car.
All the GT cars are just holding it. They're skyrocketing.
Yeah, I think manual is very key though in this whole formula of value and growth for those cars. You got to get a manual. So,
yeah, totally agree.
Well, hopefully by Marion I'll have a car. That'd be fun. And I just look forward to that. So I wish there was more for us to discuss, but that's unfortunate. But you know what? It's coming up. It actually is coming up quicker than I thought. We're 3 months away. So
yeah.
Well,
I'm just gonna have to take my car to Cars and Coffee. You know how boring that is.
Yeah, just don't. I mean, the good thing is you can't hurt it at Cars and Coffee.
Tell that to the guys in the exotic line that were there this weekend in Houston.
Maybe not this weekend.
Yeah.
I mean, we just got there. We just got there. I mean, 5 minutes later, boom, this truck comes plowing through, hits a GTR, pinballs off of that, pinballs off a McLaren, comes to rest back on its tires. The guy apparently was drunk. This was like 8 a.m. on a Sunday.
And his insurance isn't going to cover all of it.
No way.
That's going to max out the insurance, and then it's, oh, yeah, what a nightmare.
That's horrible.
Yeah, just a
What kind of which McLaren was it that it hit? Was it like one of the crazy?
I want to say it was like a 570 or something,
Okay,
650
so it's not,
maybe.
yeah,
Not a
imagine if it
big
was
dollar
a
one, but yeah.
yeah,
But nonetheless, a beautiful car that he was
yeah.
just sitting there and it landed right on him.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
Mhm.
Yeah, I've seen a bunch of the videos, and I was just like, "What?" Yeah, that would be terrible.
Yeah, it was awful. But it was good to get the red car out, stretch its legs. I only
Yeah.
really start it up once a week. That's about it.
How is the actual drivability of that thing on the streets? Because I mean, for people that don't know, like Todd had the whole thing sort of rebuilt, kind of right, and the car is just a easily on the track. It's just going 200 easily, just half mile,
Yeah.
200-mile-per-hour car, manual, and on the streets, is it easy to drive? Does it drive like normal?
It really has no. I mean, it's easier to drive than the 996. And I think it's all the clutch. The ERP, the new one that I have right now in the red car in the GT3 is lighter. It engages street drives great. I mean, Emery's got it down. It does, even though it has the I think it's a lightweight flywheel, it doesn't stall. No, it's the drivability is perfect. And that's at, either map from 3 up to 6. It it drives the same.
Awesome.
Yeah.
How much power do you run it on the street?
I run it like on the map 3 because I'm still, I still run the ethanol, the one ethanol.
Yeah.
What is it? Yeah. And so I just run it like on map 2, which is like 1400 horsepower or something.
Okay. Yeah. That's still a lot.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. It only has 2 more clicks. Right. And it's not power related. It's the way my maps are set. It's what gears put down the power. So my map 6 puts power in like every gear. And the second map that I have, the one I run on the street, doesn't really put power in until 4th, 5th, and 6th. So I don't even really, any cops listening, I don't get into 4th, 5th, and 6th, right?
Have you had a chance to do like a poll with your buddies, like at home on the freeway?
No, I have not.
Not at home anyway.
Yeah, I want to.
So fun.
I know. We don't get out.
Car, I would be spit slapping all my friends at home.
We don't get out like we used to. It's it's crazy. We just don't. It's just a different scene now. Cops are taking your cars for speeding.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
Do any of your friends have cars that could run with you on a freeway, like a 60 to 130 kind of?
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, when Seafish had his cars, but I'm sure there's some around, but they're all going to be pretty surprised by just to like this stock looking GT3, pulling up on them. But it doesn't.
For a weekend, I'll send you like 20 videos. All I got to do is cruise around here. There'll be every fucking Lambo and Ferrari trying to hit me up, and I would just slaughter all of them with your car. It would be so fun. That's what I used to do. I used to love going out and just doing that.
Yeah. No, you're right. I haven't been able to, because I just basically got the car back recently, and now I've got nothing but time. So
yeah,
I might go out there and play, but it doesn't, like the guy I met this week, and he's like, "Oh, you're the guy with the turbo. Oh, you're that, you're that guy.
You're that celebrity.
You're that guy.
You're the Black Horse Turbo."
Yeah.
They say.
So, it's not quite the sleeper, that it looks like.
Yeah. I'm sure you still find some dumbass in a Hellcat somewhere.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of those.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. You find somebody that you whoop on.
Some dumbass in a Hellcat. Love it.
I had a Hellcat.
Owners. I have a number of good friends that own Hellcats.
Yeah,
There's just a lot of them, and they're always down. Is my point. They're always down.
They're not all dumbasses.
They seem not to know about, like, especially the Porsche stuff, because I've seen a lot of them get surprised when when I've raced them in the past. Like, wow, I didn't know Porsches could do that. It's like, bro, you don't know. Like, you should know because there's a lot of fast Porsche out there.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right, boys. Good podcast. I'm going to get this up as soon as we finish up here and get it posted on Airstrip Attack and get it out to the peeps so they can see what's going on.
Yeah,
right.
I think maybe like we'll wait a month or so. Right now we're just under 3 months from the event. We'll wait till we're like about 8 to 10 weeks out, and then we'll start maybe doing some. I think we should start. We'll do like 2 or 3 leading into Marion with like some special guests. Maybe some of the people signed up for the race that have special or really fast cars, or some class leaders.
That's a good idea. Yeah, anybody who wants to be on, just hit us up. Hit Jason up. Hit any of us up. DM, and talk about your car. Talk about your goals.
It's unpaid. We don't pay you to be on.
No.
Oh, I thought you were going to pay him.
No. That's man.
Sorry, unpaid.
I mean, it'd be awesome to get like maybe like Chris, right, with Burns with the motorcycle on here.
Yeah.
Just because he's last year's motorcycle champ, but he just keeps pushing the limits and really seems to be just fast as fuck. I mean, he's just doing amazing things. I think Jessica with the blue Mustang, who destroyed everybody in the Mustang world last year, or blue car. And and there's a bunch of others. There's always some Lambo guys and some RA guys.
We should get Josh Kalis on here because he's putting together a little special thing.
Yes. Oh, actually, that's a great idea. Yeah, he's rebuilding that that silver Superleggera, right? It was Sandy's old car. Yeah, that would be. Yeah, let's get Josh on here. That'd be really cool.
All right, I'll hit him up.
Okay.
I will hit him up. All right, boys. Well, it was a good one. And we'll be back maybe in a couple weeks after our vacations.
Yep.
We'll get somebody on with us. But in the meantime, y'all stay safe.
Yeah, stay safe.